Hi guys, so I am continuing right on for Samuel chapter 8, and I'm reading the King James Version. We're reading about Samuel. This is an interesting book. It is very interesting. You have to read 1st and 2nd Samuel with me, and you will see what I am talking about. Come on, let's read 1st Samuel chapter 8. If you don't have a Bible, you're quite welcome to listen. And it says, "And it came to pass when Samuel was old, that he made his sons judges over Israel. Now the name of his firstborn was Joel, and the name of his second, Abiah. They were judges in Beersheba, and his sons walked not in his ways, but turned aside after lucre, and took bribes, and perverted judgment. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together, and came to Samuel unto Ramah, and said unto him, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge like all the nations. And the thing displeased Samuel when they said, Give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Lord. And the Lord said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people in all that they say unto thee. For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them. According to all the works which they have done since the day I brought them up out of Egypt, even unto this day, wherewith they have forsaken me, and serve other gods, so do they also unto thee. Now therefore, hearken unto their voice, howbeit yet protest solemnly unto them, and show them the manner of the king that shall reign over them. And Samuel told all the words of the Lord unto the people that asked of him a king. And he said, This will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them for himself, for his chariots, and to be his horsemen. And some shall run before his chariots. And he will appoint his captains over thousands, and captains over fifties, and will set them to ear his ground, and to reap his harvest, and to make his instruments of war, and instruments of his chariots. And he will take your daughters to be confectionaries, and to be cooks, and to be bakers. And he will take your fields and your vineyards and your olive yards, even the best of them, and give them to his servants. And he will take the tenth of your seed and of your vineyards, and give to his officers and to his servants. And he will take your men servants and your maid servants and your goodliest young men and your asses, and put them to his work. He will take the tenth of your sheep, and ye shall be his servants. And ye shall cry out in that day because of your king, which ye shall have chosen you. And the Lord will not hear you in that day. Nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel. And they said, "Nah, but we will have a king over us, that we also may be like all the nations, and that our king may judge us and go out before us and fight our battles." And Samuel heard all the words of the people, and he rehearsed them in the ears of the Lord. And the Lord said to Samuel, "Hearken unto their voice, and make them a king." And Samuel said unto the men of Israel, "Go ye every man unto your city." Thus ends the reading of 1 Samuel chapter 8. Samuel is ticked. He is mad, and God is upset because they have rejected God as their king. He is the King of Kings. How can you reject the King of Kings for a mediocre king? Ooh. God was their king all the time, fighting their battles. But they want to be like everybody else that they can see. Mm, mm, mm. There's some deep stuff in here in this chapter. There's some real deep stuff that we can relate to, that we need to change about our lives. So let's ponder upon this chapter. Let's go over it and see what the Holy Spirit has to say to us about our lives and this chapter also. And then let's do what he says. Change. Whatever he's prompted us to do, let's do it, because it's going to be for his glory and also our good. So let's be in obedience to him. Thank you again for reading with me. I am moving on to 1 Samuel chapter 9.